This is April the 19th, and this is Iron Ridge Campground, National Forest. It's Wayne National Forest in Ohio. This is Lake Vesuvius. This is a spillway from Lake Vesuvius. Spring is here. This is quite old. I think it was 1833. Look at these big stones it's made with. Vesuvius Iron Furnace. Vesuvius Iron Furnace is one of 69 charcoal iron furnaces in the Hanging Rock Iron region. This 100-mile-long region extends from the Grenop County, Kentucky to Hocking County, Ohio. Built in 1833, Vesuvius began production using the coal blast method to produce iron. In 1863, this furnace was the first to experiment and adopt the revolutionary hot blast method. Vesuvius furnace produced 10 tons of iron each day until its final blast in 1906. Today only this stack remains, but its prime Vesuvius furnace supported hundreds of workers and their families and played a key role in the early iron industry. The men who owned the furnaces were called iron masters, and many played another significant role in history. Many of them were strong abolitionists and supported the Underground Railroad. The furnace complexes provided safe houses and money for the movement of slaves seeking freedom. The secret routes that the runaway slaves followed lie along the same roads as the southern Ohio's iron furnaces. With the help of the iron masters, other families, and supporters of the Underground Railroad, hundreds of escaped slaves reached their ultimate goal of freedom. Stone bench. It's a stone bench. The CCC, I think, maybe built some of the structures here. They have these big stone bluffs. We're not that far from the Ohio River. Picnic area and the ball field. This is Ironton, Ohio. This is the old, and this is the new. This is Historical State Route 75, 1866. Construction started 1915, enlarged by the Mile Brothers. 1960, closed tunnel due to relocation of State Route 93. 1998, reopened as a tourist attraction. Has special park and overlook of the city of Ironton in cooperation with Ironton County. And here's the tunnel they're talking about, but I'm not sure about this guy in there. I don't think I want to go in there. Come on in! See, there's a school bus smashing into a tanker in the tunnel, and there's the devils with the long tongues waiting. This place is really, really creepy. There's the observation deck up there. Yeah, these steps look a little bit rickety. But we'll check it out. This platform that you go up has a rest bench. But look at the seat on this. Is this for a normal big-bodied American? Only 20 more levels to go. Well, I made it to the top. And look at this telescope pedestal without the telescope. Is that what this is? Yeah, somebody has stolen the top part of it. And this is Ironton, Ohio. And then you're looking down towards where the bridge, the blue bridge is. That's the Ohio River. Oh boy, what a lovely sight here. Panorama of the new mall. That's some interesting architecture in town. Look at this, an old mail pouch, painted mail pouch tobacco barn. And across the road, there's the old farmhouse and the leaning garage. This is the Ohio over River Valley. We're on Route 52 headed towards Cincinnati. Very scenic, rural. Here we are in Manchester, Ohio. The sign says Soho. Soho. I guess that was a gas company, gasoline, petroleum company. And this is the Ohio in the springtime, flowing down to the Mississippi. Nice little park here. It's Fish and Wildlife, I believe. Claremont County, Chilo Lock 34 Park. And you got to be careful in these parks because there's water ahead. Here's the mighty Ohio in Chilo, Ohio. Current is flowing to the right. Picnic area. And looks like the museum is being renovated. Water highways. Look at this. One barge equals 15 train cars and 58 trucks. Wow. Coal is the number one. Coal is king. There are 50 power plants along this river and several hundred chemical plants. I wonder what this means. The previous sign was the location along the river, Chilo 34, that's a location, and then in 1937 the water got to be 73 feet high. Okay, there's the bottom here. 73 feet, wow. This is President Grant, General Grant, his birthplace. Quite the humble little place. Look at the roof, cedar shake. Historic District. U.S. Grant and U.S. Grant Conservative Site. Kind of commemorative sites. Historical District was placed on the National Register in 1998. This was his birthplace. He lived here about a year and then he moved to somewhere else. This is Point Pleasant, Ohio. Alright, here we are, Point Pleasant, his birthplace. He lived here about a year. Then he moved to Georgetown. There was his boyhood home. Ulysses Grant. His given name was Hiram Ulysses, but the Army made a mistake and changed his name to Ulysses S. Grant. And he had to stick with it. After West Point, he served 15 years in the Army. Then he resigned to be with his wife and children. And he returned to the service during the Civil War. He was a national hero and the #1 general. Became president in 1868. Served 2 terms. And his presidency was marred by a few scandals. He and his family traveled all over the world after he returned to the United States. He began to write his memoirs. He died in 1888 of throat cancer. And this house has been moved around quite a bit. It was moved by barge to Columbus and other places, and it finally wound up back here in 1936. There's the cannon in the yard. And look at this cool bridge. It's got a picture of him in bronze. Cannon over here too. Big Indian Creek. And there's the Ohio River right over there. Grant Memorial Church. And then look at this house right here. Another nice house across the street. And look at this little sort of floating room there.